everyone. So I was just reading this book. Stories never fail to create wonder, right? I think there is no one in this world who does not like listening to stories. My name is Sarah Babbar and you're watching Sarah's Stories. I have grown up reading books and no, they're not the conventional books that children usually read, Nancy Drew, Enid Blyton, uh, who else do we have? Oh, J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter, of course. I did not really like those books. I was not really interested in them. I tried to read some because my peers used to read, but not out of interest. My favorite books were these books called Amar Chitra Kathas and Tinkles. Amar Chitra Kathas and Tinkles are comics, and they follow this format where there are pictures and dialogues are being spoken alongside. And it does not end there. I used to love these books called Pinky Comics and Champak and Magic Pot. They were just so simple and just so real. It is not surprising that we see children with these toys they make. They are called make believe toys, make believe play. So, this is like a candy stick, and I've put cloth hangers on it. And they'll be making some random toy like this and going, "Ooh, I have an airplane." How does that knowledge even come that this is an airplane and this is how it looks? It looks like this, right? It comes because of the nature of books you read, the nature of shows you watch. So when you're watching or reading about airplanes and thinking of them, these kind of things will come into your mind. When you're reading these kind of books, when you read Tinkles and Amar Chitra Kathas, you would understand the reality of life. They are just so real, they are so tangible, the stories, that they are very gripping. And once a person gets addicted to them, he or she cannot leave those books forever. So when I was a child, I used to read these books, and let me tell you, I still read them in any stress or any relief moment. These books are my constant companions. That does not mean that I don't read novels or my reading has not expanded. My reading has expanded in a direction which is very close to our Indian context. So suppose I've read Amar Chitra Kathas on Ramayana, on Mahabharat. I have read novels on individual characters, on neglected perspectives, on female perspectives, and that just gives a very rich picture of the whole story. So if you see these books, they are about individual characters like Satyavati from the Mahabharata or Sita from the Ramayana, Draupadi, of course, from the Mahabharata. So these are very close to our context. When I say context, I come very close to my discipline, which is human development and family studies, a study of life stages and what is special about each stage of life. What can we do to make each stage of life fully functioning and full of satisfaction for an individual? We come to know the importance of stories for young children. We go across developmental stages from conception to childhood. We have heard that stories are important for children. So, one, what do they do? When you read stories like this, it helps them create or for themselves develop an understanding of what the environment would be like. Secondly, it develops literacy skills. For example, um, when I was a child, I used to love this story called Chicken Licken, and I've heard it a million times from my mother. Every day when she says, "Run, run, the sky is falling down, we must go and see the king." So that whole expression of "run, run" would come very true when I read it day after day after day. In that story, there are so many characters like Chicken Licken, like Drakey Lakey, like Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy. You get exposed to the myriad animals which are in that story. But let me also tell you that this interest in stories, it doesn't develop on its own. It develops because somebody develops it for you, someone nurtures it. So my parents have a very big role in it, and because they are the primary caregivers for most children, I think it is the role of primary caregivers, of parents, to help their child develop these skills so that they can read later on in life. After early childhood, we move on to childhood, adolescence, adulthood, young adulthood, middle adulthood, and elderly. Who does not like listening to stories? Even today, when my grandmother tells me stories, I'm all ears and I'm listening to her. Even if she's telling me the story for the 100th time, I will still be as interested as I was the first time. Or if my parents say, "Oh, you know what happened today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, tell me what happened." Sometimes I go and ask them, "Oh, you know what, tell me that story." And they'll repeat it for me. My interest in storytelling began like this. I used to read these books. I used to read Tinkles and Amachitra as I've already mentioned. And when there was a particular situation, I would just narrate a story to the person in front of me, and I would say, "Okay, now think about the story that I have told and think about what situation you have said." And we would end up laughing at that because it was such a comic relation. So, stories can really help lighten the atmosphere, to put forth concepts and explain things very nicely, which may not be understandable otherwise. So what I'm going to do through this channel is put stories which are already existing into a concept framework so that we can relate to them better, so that it becomes more real for us. I also have some stories that have been written by me and I will portray them too, and some stories that I have adapted in a certain way with due regards, due credits to the author, and I'll be sharing those stories. So I'm looking forward to a fun time with all of you, engaging with all of you, and I really hope you like my stories and you subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you soon.